All right, everyone. Welcome back to Speaking with Tony P. Today, you are on another episode of 10 Talk. And this is actually episode 3. And I'm so excited to be joined by my good friend, Marco Rodriguez. How you doing, Marco?
Hey, how's everybody doing? Thank you so much for having me today, Tony.
Of course. Well, we're just going to kind of dive into it. I know a lot of people are just kind of curious, who is this Marco guy? So maybe give our audience a little bit about your background, how you got into real estate and how you ended up where you're at now.
Well, pretty much my name is Marco Rodriguez with the MV Rod team with Genesis Real Estate. And I've been in real estate for about 17 years. And pretty much I started real estate by accident, to be honest with you. Never in my life did I ever think I would be doing real estate, but I actually stumbled across it because my mom actually gave me the idea. She's the one that said, hey son, you need to do something with your life. You're good with people, you like to talk to people, you like to help people, so maybe real estate is something that you should be doing. So that's kind of how I stumbled across real estate. I was actually 23 when I started real estate, and I was working at Federal Express, was there for about 3.5 years and just didn't really feel like this is my calling in life. So when I started real estate, man, I loved it, I enjoyed it, and here we are 17 years later, man, and still moving strong with my wife, Vanessa.
Wow, that's so awesome. And I understand that you're bilingual. So what is your background?
Oh man, hablo español. Hablo español. I was born, I don't know if you knew this, Tony, but I was born in El Salvador. Oh. And I came when I was 1.5 years. We had a civil war going on in our country. So my mom decided to come to the United States. So I was only there for 1.5 years, and I don't remember too much, but yeah, I'm from El Salvador, man.
Got it. No wonder you're a little rough around the edges sometimes. Huh?
Yeah, there you go,
Don't
man.
get you mad.
Don't get me mad, for sure. Get me started.
Well, absolutely, right? But, I'm so excited to kind of hear your background more, even though I've known you for many years. There's these little things that I don't know. But, just for the audience, I mean, what are some of the, maybe like one of your biggest success stories, but also one of your biggest kind of failures, if you want to call it that?
Yeah, well, so what happened was my mom, she migrated here to the United States. We grew up in Berkeley, right? And it was just one of those things where you start hanging around sometimes the wrong crowd. So I got in trouble in my early days. So some of my struggles were trying to break into real estate. You have this reputation. It's like a lot of people already know your background, like who you were hanging around with in high school and some of the things that you used to do when you were young. And then to come and say, I'm going to be a part of someone's biggest decision in their life, selling a property or buying a property, what have you, that was a big struggle in itself because my reputation wasn't the best at that time. But over time and through the grace of God, man, I was able to turn that around, build a great reputation. And then now, people, we've got clients that we've known for many, many years, and I can see the trust that they put in our team. And that means the world to us because in the beginning, that was one of our biggest struggles, to be able to gain that trust. And, over time, they just really saw that we genuinely wanted to help these folks. So, that was a big struggle. Now, one of our biggest successes, I would just say, is just being able to maintain. We had that market crash in 2007 and 2008, and we're starting to see a little bit of a shift in the market. But through these last 17 years, through the grace of God, man, we've been able to just maintain our services and be able to help our communities, help all of our fellow clients. And it's just been a big blessing, man. So that, to me, 17 years in the business, when I had a lot of my friends and colleagues exit in 2007 and 2008, and for me to still be here and be part of this brokerage, it's just to me is one of our biggest successes.
Absolutely. And being in business myself, I know most businesses fail within their first 5 years. Mm-hmm. So the fact that you've lasted more than 3 times that is truly a testament to your amazing team, your amazing leadership, just what you represent. And that actually kind of leads to my next question. I mean, we can see there that you are representing MV Rod team from Genesis Real Estate. Can you just mention a little bit on, how you came up with those names and what they mean?
Yeah, so MV Rod team, all of this is just my first name of Vanessa, and our last name. So Marco Vanessa Rodriguez team. in short. My inspiration, believe it or not, came from Alex Rodriguez. You know, everyone called him A-Rod, right?
Oh, okay.
So that's where my inspiration came. So instead of A-Rod, then it's Envy Rod. And I actually heard that there's a rod, a V-Rod as a Harley Davidson bike too.
Oh.
So people that ride bicycles, they know a little bit about it. So that's pretty much Envy Rod Team. Now, Genesis Real Estate, you know, Genesis just means the beginning of something. First book of the Bible is just the beginning of something. So when we were looking for a name, when we started our brokerage, it was the beginning. We were with Prudential for about 10 years, and we just decided that we needed to step up and do our own thing. And we went ahead and started our own brokerage and with some colleagues of ours. And the name Genesis just stuck, and it's been with us ever since. So it's got a special place and meaning to all of us at our company.
Great to know. And, you know, I'm sure that as people get to know you, you have a lot more of your reasoning behind everything you do, you know, kind of there available for people to see. Because that's how I feel when I walk into your office, and, you know, it's exciting.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're very, very welcome. Well, you know, you talked a little bit about the shift in the market. And I'm sure, you know, just like me and many other people, you know, what kind of insight do you have on today's market, and where do you see it going over the next 1 or 2 years?
Well, what I can say, we've seen a lot of different markets, obviously in the time that we've been in real estate. And what I can say is this market's a little different from the other ones that we've encountered in the past, because this recession that we're in wasn't caused by our economy. It was because of the COVID-19, right? So this market, believe it or not, is still very strong when you are in the lower price point. Anything in the $500,000 range, it's still moving quickly. There's still multiple offers. There's still a lot of buyers. There's still a lot of activity. But what we're seeing is on the high end area, you know, $1 million and up, we're starting to see that kind of slow down a little bit more, and we're starting to see price reductions. So with that being said, I don't think our market is going to be affected too much, but I do think that it's going to slow down probably in the next 6 months or so. So right now, it's still a good time to buy, you know, lower interest rates. You know, if you're able to buy, that's a blessing in itself, because so many people want to buy, but they don't have that opportunity. Maybe they lost their job, or maybe they're not financially ready. But for those that are ready, this is a perfect time to be able to purchase right now.
Good to know. Great advice. So I'm going to ask some other questions before we wrap up. But, you know, let's just say you were not in this profession. What other profession would you attempt if you weren't in real estate?
If I was in real estate, man, well, you mean like my dream profession, or we're talking about right now?
Yeah, sure. Anything.
Anything. Well, you know what? That's a good question. What I always, and even in real estate, I love to negotiate.
Okay.
So I always felt like I could went into law.
Oh, okay.
You know, like that was like something that if I had to choose other than real estate, something that I can see myself doing would be like an attorney.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, man, that would have been cool, man. To be out there debating and to be able to counter back all these objections and doing all that type of stuff. That would have been cool, man. So I would have loved to have been an attorney.
Hey, you know, there's always another door. You could be like, you know, law offices of MV Rod Team or something.
yeah, man. But with two kids, man, I don't know if I have time or the energy to study. But yeah, man. But that's really cool. I appreciate all the attorneys out there, man.
Absolutely. I got another one for you. So, you know, I know that you are very involved in your faith, and you definitely do your part in the community, especially when it comes to, you know, going to church, helping out different couples and all that. So let's just say this. Let's say that some people, they don't believe this, but let's say heaven does exist, and you know, you came to heaven's gate. What would you like to hear God say when you arrived at the gate?
Man, the most powerful words would be for him to say, "You faithful servant, come on in." You know, in other words, like, you've done what you were supposed to do, and now come on in. And that would be sufficient. I wouldn't ask for anything else but to allow me to go inside those gates, man, for sure.
Nice. Well, if I could see the future, I know you're definitely coming through the gate with no problem.
I'm hoping. I gotta maintain the good race, man, to the end. So we'll see.
Yeah. Couple last questions for you. So kind of what's next? What's on the horizon for you?
Well, right now we're still just want to help all of our agents in our company. We have more than 20 agents right now with our brokerage. So I want to make sure that they're able to overcome all these obstacles right now with the whole COVID-19. There has been a slowdown in regards to their personal production. So I want to make sure that we can always support, their goals, their dreams, make sure they're good. And that's our goal, is just to make sure that all of our agents are able to come up winning once this thing blows over. So that's the main thing. And overall, just keep maintaining, providing customer service that is excellent, not just good, but excellent. So then this way they can always remember Genesis Real Estate and the Envy Rod team as well.
Absolutely. Well, as we wrap up here, I know a lot of people would love to hear more from you. And, today is obviously only about 10 minutes here. So how could people get a hold of you or follow you if they wanted to, find out what you're up to, maybe even reach out to you and ask you some questions? What's the best way?
Yeah, definitely. If you want to reach out to us, very simple. You go to your Facebook, type in Envy Rod Team. You're going to come to our business page, or go to our website, www.mvrod.com. And or you can just shoot me a text, 510-375-3172. Any questions, whether you want to buy, you want to sell, you need advice. I tell everyone the information is absolutely free, zero cost, people. So if you want some free information, give me a call. I'll be more than happy to help you out.
Sounds good, Marco. Well, I want to let everyone know that the way I actually reconnected with you, Marco, you remember this story, was meeting you at the high school reunion, the Berkeley High School reunion. And it was amazing to hear your story and see what you were doing then, and just to see you now is truly a phenomenal transformation. So I thank you once again for your time, Marco. And, I hope that people reach out to you. So, with that, really, really appreciate your time.
I appreciate you having me, Tony. Blessings for you and the wifey, of course, my man. Man. When I see you, brother, I'm excited. Newlyweds, man. So just want to say congratulations on that. And of course, thank you so much for having me as well, Tony. You're
Absolutely.
a great, awesome guy, man. Thank you.
Right back at you. Well, everyone, you heard it from the great Marco Rodriguez. I would hope that you comment, like, share, and subscribe to this channel, and you'll get to see more amazing people like Marco. So with that, have a great day. And until next time, see you all later.